This entrepreneur has got 3 revenue streams. None of them are really making any money. There's no focus in this business. And in this conversation, I really want to bring him into a situation where he can actually make some decent money. The joke of it is he's got a YouTube channel with nearly 500,000 subscribers, millions of views each and every single month, but barely making enough money to cover all the bills. Well, let's find out how we can focus this business into profitability. Hey gang, welcome back, campers. Hello, hey camper. I've got to keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hello, campers. Welcome back to the business broadcast.
John in Australia, we were having an absolute nightmare listening to this. He'd be like, bloody hell, it's only 7 o'clock here. What the hell's going on? Can't believe it. Are we gang? Are we campers? I don't know what we are right now.
No one will know what we're talking about here. We've got a regular viewer down under in Australia. Is it John?
Yeah.
I don't know if it is John.
Yeah, of course it's John, mate. Flaming Fed Income.
Yeah, John Buckley, 1533. Hello again. Morning, campers.
Morning, John Buckley, 1533.
You were correct. I should never have doubted you.
You should never doubt me again, apart from if I haven't pressed record on certain things.
Yeah. Which it seems that you've done correctly, so the job's yours for another episode.
Brilliant. Thank God for that.
Listen, entrepreneurs lack a focus, follow one course until successful. Our guest today has got 3 businesses, one doing 10 grand a year, one doing 27 grand a year, and one doing £36,000 a year. What frustrates me about this person is I think he's very smart and not getting the results that he deserves.
Yes. I think you're right. 63,000 quid per year across all those different things. It's not enough, is it?
Not enough. Not enough. He's got an impressive YouTube channel, and those of you that don't understand how YouTube works, how does a YouTuber monetize here on the platform? Well, you've got ads, unless you're like you. I can't believe you don't pay for premium. I just read they worked that out. That's what made me pause when we were doing this podcast.
Well, I don't pay for premium.
No.
What's the benefit of YouTube Premium?
No ads. That is the benefit.
Oh, but I like the ads.
Oh, shut up.
I like...
What a load of tosh.
I like seeing who's advertising on what.
They're not choosing that, are they? The algorithm says, you want to be on businessy stuff.
For example, I am always focus, follow on course until successful. Yeah. So I'm doing the marathon training. While I'm doing the marathon training, I'm watching this for incremental 1% gains. I'm also taking a note of everyone who sponsors your podcast. So now your team...
They don't get to decide,
handing you more money. All I want to do is give you more value.
Yeah, but you get a share of the premium income, don't you? Because you get the same... Well, so if you're paying... What is YouTube Premium, Chuds? What does it cost? 15 quid a month. 15 quid a month. So me and Chuds pay £15 a month because we value time more than you obviously do.
Yeah.
And if anyone... do
you know who sponsors your podcast? Who? No, you don't. I do.
Well, no. YouTube give us the money and YouTube decide the sponsors. It's not individual people.
I realise...
It's not a radio station.
I realise it's not a radio station.
Deciding.
If you wanted to go and do one-to-one outreach...
Yeah.
Who's got the data? I have. You ain't.
Really? Yeah, well, I just
GoDaddy, by the way. It's GoDaddy. Yeah. GoDaddy loving your podcast.
So basically, people sponsor the channel and they pay a cost per milli. Is that right, Chance? No. Sorry, just ignore me. There's two. That's another thing. The first thing is they pay to advertise on YouTube, and they say, I want to be on these sorts of channels. YouTube get half the money, and then the creator gets half the money. Is that right, Chance?
55% to you.
Oh,
is that how it works? 55-45 in the favour of the creator. Nice.
The creator.
It's a good, nice little narrative, isn't it?
Yeah. So $100 comes into YouTube. The creator gets $55. YouTube get $45.
Thank you for breaking that down for us. Cheers, Carol Vorderman. Leading light of British entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's how it works. So you can make no. Look, come on, let's bring it together, please. And if you are a channel like ours that's business in investment, you might get someone like GoDaddy or Sage or Zero.
You ain't got a clue. I know all of them.
Or American Express or
not on your channel.
Those financial institutions would, or higher level advertisers would want to advertise.
Pay a premium, don't they? They pay much more
higher.
per mille, which is per thousand.
Yeah.
Don't know why we're still talking in Latin in marketing terms, but we are. CPM, cost per mille.
I bet most people think mille is a million. Do you think that? Because it sounds more like a million, doesn't it? But
it does, yeah.
So we, on my channel, get £12 or $12, Chuds?
This video was $12.
So we get $12.
For every 1,000 views, you get $12.
Yeah.
So that's high.
The advertisers pay
okay.
$12. YouTube get 50.
We should have just brought Chuds in for this bit of the conversation, shouldn't we?
YouTube get 45% of that. We get 55% of it.
Okay.
So that's one way of making money as a YouTuber.
That's quite. What's the higher? Is that sort of around the highest that you're going to get? 12s?
The business finance sector can get $20, $30.
Oh, but that's the highest sector.
This video wasn't about investing.
Yeah, so
Wow. Okay. So business
depending on the
investing.
title and the thumbnail will deter. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's one way. And then you get sponsorship. So when Amex sponsored my YouTube video, they paid us directly to mention them and speak about them on the channel. That's the other way, yeah?
I'm still laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's that. So my guest today, he got 6.4 million views
Last month alone.
last month, and YouTube paid him £2,250. We got circa 400,000 views across both of our YouTube channels, and we got
2,100.
£2,100. So we got 400,000 views and made similar amount of money to him.
2-1. Yeah.
And he done 6.4 million views and made similar amount of money. So this is why this CPM rate really does matter,
Yeah.
because you can see if we'd got 6.4 million views,
He's getting $2, isn't he? $2 or $3, $2.50 per 1,000.
yeah, I'll have a consonant, please, Carol. You're getting it.
One big one and 4 small ones, please, Carol.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's one of his
So not
businesses.
all content is equal in the game of YouTube. So you can't just be on YouTube being a YouTuber and expect to earn the same sort of dough.
This is what frustrates me about Nathan. He absolutely, I mean, Chuds and I had a little chat with him. He obviously understands the framework of YouTube. He's got 500,000 YouTube subscribers. He's helping himself to millions and millions and millions of views each and every single month, week and year.
It's actually also, it's incrementally, it's his biggest percentage of his turnover.
Yeah, and I think he knows that focus needs to go somewhere. He doesn't, but he needs to find videos on YouTube that get higher CPM that people want to sponsor, so he could, turn it into a £300,000-400,000 a year business. And if it's him on his own in his pants, he's going to have a lovely little thing going, isn't he?
100%.
Hey gang, we're going back to the pod in just a moment, but I wanted to tell you about Entrepreneurs University. This is a platform that I've created for entrepreneurs and business owners that are serious about growth. There's 100 video lessons from me on everything in business, raising finance, buying companies, property investment, and everything in between. Attached to each video is a downloadable PDF that goes into more detail about what we've learned in the video. It goes one step further than that, because I've also put stuff that you won't get anywhere else onto Entrepreneurs University. The lessons go into way more detail, but not just that. You're going to get my business plans, my spreadsheets, and all the files that I use to drive the KPIs in my business. Just think about how powerful that could be for your business. And here's the good news. You can try Entrepreneurs University for free. 14-day free trial. After that, it will cost you just $49.99 a month. That's less than a pair of Nikes to grow the profitability in your business. There's a link in the video description, and I cannot wait to see you in Entrepreneurs University.
Should we get him on?
Let's get him on,
Let's
JB.
get him on.
Let's get him on.
Nathan, are you there?
Yes, hello. I am here. First time listener, long time caller. Thanks for having me on the show.
One of our other previous guests said that earlier.
But he said it the right way around. But we won't let the truth get away with a good story.
Yeah.
So Nathan, give us the little upsell on you, mate. We've got NRL Judo, we've got Kiro camps, and we've got Glitch VR. You've got lots of plates spinning. We think there's a bit of a need for focus. Follow on course until successful, as the acronym stands for. But give us the sales pitch and let's about you and the 3 companies, and let's see how we can best assist you, amigo.
Okay, sorry for the intro. So basically, I've got NRL Judo, which is judo clubs before and after school. I've got Kiro Camps, which is holiday clubs in one of them schools that I run each holiday. And there's also Glitch VR, where I create 360 and VR content on YouTube. And I've also created a TikTok interactive game called the AI Battle Simulator. And that's kind of something that I want to push a lot more as well.
Right.
Come on, Jim. Give it to him with both barrels. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
Hit me with it.
if you obviously really understand YouTube and really when Chuds and I were talking to you quite analytically understand what gets views. You know, you're more than just a creator. You actually understand the analytics of it. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
I don't know
why am I not just focusing
yeah,
on
why
that?
are you not going all in? It's a rhetorical question. You understand it more than us. You're just choosing things where no one's going to give you enough money for it. And God, imagine if you could get higher CPM, you could actually have something really quite special, couldn't you?
Yeah, 100. It's down to the longer videos and all that kind of stuff. But I think the thing that's holding me back at the moment is with the judo. I'm like, oh, I could, if I get more people in, I could then expand that as a business because it's kind of a very niche thing. Then also during the holiday clubs, more schools that I get, I could add on to that. But like you've saying, it's all the stuff is just a wage. If I quit now and then started working in a place, which I've done before and hated, but like this is the way I'm kind of wired. But yeah, I think the main thing at the moment is
but the holiday
wedding,
clubs and
get that out of the way, then fully commit to it.
Yeah, the holiday clubs and the judo, that's all just always going to be a business that makes you a wage. It's a profitable job.
Okay.
Whereas, I mean, I wouldn't tell everyone to do this in YouTube, by the way, but you obviously know what you're doing. Like,
I really appreciate that. I think I just need the guidance. So like, I've been doing all this for so many years, just on my own, and I've not really got anyone to chat to about it. But kind of, do you think that just going full at it with the YouTube and just dropping the judo and the holiday club is the way to go about it?
well, you obviously need the money, don't you? So I would do that to keep you the personal cash flow to pay all the bills. But I would be really focusing on building a YouTube channel with your skill set that makes money rather than just makes views. Yeah. I mean, God, if I was getting 6.4 million views a month on my channel, on my content, I mean, I can't even begin to fathom what that, not just the AdSense money, but the people that would come to the theatre shows, to come to seminars, the doors it would open for my business, the sponsorship on the channel would be huge. I think you've got a great voice as well. I think you could be good on camera. I think you just need to, you've got something really good here, and you need to, it's like I
think
God,
that's the thing. The only problem at the moment,
it's quite frustrating, really.
Channel.
The
only problem is I've got lots of subscribers, no supporters. If I said, "Oh, come along to my show where I'm going to give you £100," I'd have, for the 450 whatever thousand subscribers.
You haven't got an audience.
I don't have a core kind of audience. That's it. But I would like to go down the route of doing that, but I don't have the time to do it because of the judo. So
how many hours a week are you doing on judo?
With the so I do judo. I wrote it down. So basically, 6 until 10 a.m. is my morning lessons, and then 2 p.m. till 4:30 p.m. I'm doing after school stuff.
You've got time.
So realistically, the effort I'm putting into YouTube.
No, you do have time. You're just making excuses there. And I'll tell you why I know you got time. Chuds, who makes all my content, he works for me full time, and then in his weekends and his evenings, he has built his own very successful YouTube channel with a very loyal audience.
Sorry, I mean, like, I do 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. working, and then I do it when I get back and on the weekend. So sorry, I do put the effort into glitch and everything like that. Like, when I'm not doing judo, I'm doing the glitch. But it's the time with like the holidays now where I've got 2 weeks. I've been working for the last 2 weeks, but what if I put that 2 weeks effort into the YouTube? And that's kind of my thing at the moment. So I think getting rid of the holiday clubs would be.
I think you said if that's only 10 grand a year, but I think you need to take a step back and actually work out what would make money on YouTube for you. How do you build a loyal audience? You obviously know about researching how to find out what people are actually interested in watching and making content for that, which is it's a skill set most people don't actually do. They're making stuff that they just want to make rather than stuff that audiences want to watch. So you're over the hill on that one.
one of the things that I've gone down the route of is, so with the AI battle simulator that I mentioned, I feel that there's something that, I know this seems like another thing, like I take on too many things. I'm like, oh, I could start doing laser tag at the schools. I could start selling crepes. All the time I start thinking of all these different things, and I kind of like struggle to focus on one. But with the AI battle simulator, I wanted to be able to talk to you guys kind of to show that it's something that done. I started it last month because I need to be like, oh, if I'm going to quit the judo, to actually show that there's a product there kind of thing. And on TikTok, I've managed to get 10,000 followers from this AI battle simulator, where basically if you gift something, it puts something into the game and everything like that. So that's kind of what I'd like to go down the route of. But yeah, so it's just a matter of, so with the holiday clubs, currently there's another club at the school that I work at. Should I try and shift off the school and try and like sell it to them kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that's something that I could do?
If you can sell the business, then you should absolutely do
and with
that.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, because I'm earning between £1,000 and £2,000 a week, how much do you think I should be kind of like saying to them? Like, yeah.
I don't know. It's such a micro
We're kind of going down that route.
Yeah, because they've got to have someone that can do it, haven't they? They've got to pay another member of staff to do it. I mean, that's the micro.
They're already running a club at the place.
All right. Well, go and approach them. Try and do it.
It's so little. It's
just try. I mean, that's such a micro. I mean, I would want my time back to make more money. I mean, yeah, if you can get something for it, but it's not going to be mega, is it? Because you're trying to sell a job there. Here's my job. Would you like to buy my job?
That's the thing. I need to... Yeah.
Have you got a database? You got names, email addresses, data?
Yeah. It's such a small... I'm wanting
like
the hundreds and thousands. I'm not wanting this. This is just stopping. Yeah. You can't give it away, can you?
Yeah, I mean, the database is, do you know all the kids in the class? And I mean, at the school that we're running this.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it would be, yeah.
I mean, I just want you to. It's very frustrating when I listen to people, and I sometimes come across people like, that have got a skill set that isn't being used. To get 6.4 million views on YouTube in a month. And the videos are not great, but you've managed to understand what people want to watch. Yeah, which is most people don't have that skill set. I mean, 500,000. I mean, God, if I had 500,000 YouTube subscribers, I think the YouTube channel would be indirectly responsible.
60 grand a month, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but the other stuff on top.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it would probably be indirectly responsible for.
Would I want to be doing like
a year
YouTube consulting as well, or is that another thing, or to like shut up, Nathan, and just focus on the YouTube?
But I don't think you can. What are you going to consult people on YouTube? Oh, I'll get you loads of views, but you make no money.
You need a proof of concept of where you could help them to monetize. Where you could do it is, for example, if you went to other podcasts, for example, and you reached out and you said, "Hey, I love your content. I think it's brilliant. Just so you know, I'm a YouTube expert, and this would be the title that I'd have done. And here's an example of the thumbnail that I'd have created because I think it would get more results for you."
Do you know what you're a bit like? You're like a bit like a doctor that's in the final year. So Nave, can you just listen to it? You're a bit like a doctor that's in the final year of university. Oh, actually, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to train to be a lawyer. And then you go in and start being a lawyer. And then in the final year, you go, actually, I don't want to do this. I'm going to train to be a vet now. And then you stop in the last year of training to be a vet and go, do you know what? I'm going to learn how to be a paramedic now. And then it's like, I mean, in this conversation, you wanted to be a YouTube consultant. I can't even remember all the things you said you wanted to do in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
do you see that?
This is one of the reasons I want to do the podcast to get. Yeah, 100%. I need this. Yeah. But
what you mustn't do is kill off your cash flow that pays all your bills But once you've worked out what you need to do and what you want to do, you've got to stay consistent on it. And obviously this YouTube channel that's got 500,000 views, 500,000 subs and 6, 7, 10 million views a month, surely there's something you can do to monetize that and turn it into something that's not just bringing in $2,000 a month. You turn it into something that brings in 10, 20 grand a month, 100 grand a month.
Oh, completely. Yeah. This is definitely a business intervention that I've needed for a while. So I do appreciate all the criticism that you've given me. But yeah, no,
you're typically entrepreneurial. You can't stop looking at opportunities, which, I'm the same. That's what an entrepreneur is. They see opportunity, but look, the whole aim of the game, anyone listens to me, we're building commercially profitable enterprises. So what is a commercially profitable enterprise? $1 million plus turnover, run under management, that someone wants to buy when you exit. And
yeah,
they're the things that you should be thinking.
That's not going to something with the judo. Yeah.
But judo is going to pay your rent and your mortgage at the moment. So like Jim's saying, don't kill that off. Do not kill the fetid calf, or whatever they say, because coming to business from a place where you're in a place of panic is a horrible place to be. Sometimes people will deal with that positive pressure really, really well, and it puts a rocket up your bum because you've got no option, you've got no plan B, but you have at the moment. So don't put yourself under that pressure. Buy yourself your time. What I think, like the holiday clubs, it's taken up, say it does 2 weeks in this half term, 2 weeks in the October half term, 6 weeks in the summer holiday. So it's effectively 10 weeks a year, isn't it? 10, 12 weeks a year, plus the admin is probably like 14, 15 weeks per year, and it's bringing you in 10 grand. That you can kill off straight away. Like the judo is bringing you in consistent cash flow alongside glitch, and then you can reinvest your time.
Time could be made into, because you've made 6 million views this month, but without any video uploads. And so if you could have uploaded a few videos, maybe that 2,250 could have been $4,000. It's just very frustrating.
No, I completely agree with you.
I'm frustrated for you.
This is what I've needed.
You also mentioned, Nathan, you mentioned before we started recording that you've got, I think you said your partners from the Czech Republic, and that you've got links out there, so you could actually go and do bigger YouTube projects, but like Mr. Beast on a budget was kind of the analogy that I grew from it. So you could do 360 in a fast car, you could do 360, drop a car from a crane and all that kind of stuff. What I would be inclined to do to show your expertise and to prove the proof being in the pudding, I would start another channel. I would set up almost like Beast on a budget, like how can you do big scale productions but on like a micro version of the budget, and then show people how to do that. And then I'd have another channel potentially talking about how you grow YouTube, and use the Beast on a Budget channel as the example of what you're growing.
All good stuff.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's what I do, because I think you need proof of the, when people come to me for like podcast services now, for example, there's no need for me to sell the service to them because they've already convinced, because I've done 177 launches. If Jim turns down tens of thousands of pounds a month in consultancy because you just don't want to do it. But if someone came to you, they've already sold, they want to buy from you because you've got the proof and the lived experience. As Jim mentioned, the hard sell that you've got at the moment is, God bloody hell, Nathan, you've done 6.4 million views. What did that make last month? $2,000. Oh shit. Like the value of the sales pitch is devalued by the money that you're making from it. But actually the strategies and the tactics, the learnings, the lessons and the info that you've now got could be put into a different marketplace and help you to grow that. And then I think if you've got your time back to focus on those YouTube channels, you'll find that's the space to be in. And then, if you've got the other, the YouTube channel about growing an audience and growing valuable channels, then maybe the AI battle simulator on TikTok, that kind of works for the YouTube explainer channel, but it doesn't at the moment. It doesn't fit anywhere else. It's just another thing. So you've got judo, camps, VR, TikTok. So now you've got 4 things that are splitting your focus. And even if you gave each one of those your time and you work 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours per day, you can only give 3 hours per thing. A fox that tries to catch 2 rabbits catches neither. Unless you've got people who can, like Jim always says, brings in great management. So he puts more foxes to catch the rabbits, but you're not in a cash flow position to do that as it stands right now.
No. What a beautiful monologue there from JB. Okay, have you got any questions you'd like to ask? Because I think we've covered everything thus far.
You really have, and you've really kind of you've helped. This is the talk that I've needed, and thank you. But yeah, questions wise, the ones that I kind of put was I've got to try and get rid of the ones now about splitting off. Too many things.
25 minutes.
So it was mainly to you, James, with like, have you had any events in your past businesses which have seemed like the end of the world at the time, but ended up being like a blessing in disguise? So currently with what I've got, kind of the whole
every week
and everything. Yeah.
Every week something happens that is a thing to sort out. You know, I've had people in the past leave me and I thought it was a disaster.
Oh, you talk about when I worked with you for 5 minutes and then I left.
Yeah, I was upset about that, yeah. But it was COVID, but actually, you know, we've stayed friends, haven't we? I very rarely fall out with people.
Oh, was it a fallout thing? These fighting words?
No, it wasn't you. No, but I remember someone.
Oh, it wasn't me. I wasn't
worked for me. That was like my commercial manager, and you know, and she left, and I was really sad about it. But you know, it was probably right in the end, and we stayed. I mean, I never fall out with people, but you know, like people have done you over. You know, you learn from it actually, and you become stronger and better for it. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Okay. And then the other one was I know like mentorship. I've mentioned that I've not really had anyone to talk to about kind of business stuff, but you mentioned like you've never had a mentor, but you've had business friendships.
Yeah. Right,
do you think that's like an essential part of like growing your business?
Oh, for me, you know, I've got friends that have got big businesses in all the sectors I operate out of, and those friends have become friends because I picked up the phone. So when I opened day nurseries, I got friends really with people that had day nurseries. When I bought farm parks, you know, I've got 10 or 12 really good friends that own farm parks that I can shoot the breeze with, people that own ice cream companies that I can shoot the breeze with.
You think it's one of your unfair advantages, don't you? Like
I
setting up those.
Do. Yeah, I absolutely do. That people that have got YouTube channels and podcasts, you know, I always go and do that. People that import things from the Far East and bring them into this country. I've created great friendships and we share stuff with them, and I think that is you know, a rare and protective form of leverage. And you'd be shocked to realise just how much people are prepared to reach out and build friendships in business with you.
And share, and how openly and honestly people will share.
And the trick is for you to share openly first. People go, you know, some people are cagey and they just want to get all the information out of you. But, you know, try and be open and you'll realise that people will be open back to you, and that can really help.
Amazing. And then another one that kind of are quite interesting is, have you always had the feeling yourself, like in your gut, that you're always going to grow a business as big as you have? Like, has that always been there for you? Like, even when kind of at the very beginning?
Yeah, I think for me, yes. Because I am very ambitious and not satisfied with everything I've got. And I've only recently gone, do you know what? You know, I'm okay with what I've got, but I still want it. I want to build it into 100 million plus business. When I get there, I'll probably go, yeah, let's see how much more we can go, you know. And but I only want to operate in sectors that I like. I don't want to go into just something to make money. You know, I want to be in something that I can be genuinely excited about the sector. That's very important to me.
Are you? Would you say you're like discontent, or are you like angry? Are you like, oh, why have I not done more? Is it is it a useful feeling, or are you like annoyed at yourself that you've not gone further?
I always think, why can't, I should be better than I am. Yeah.
Are you proud of yourself?
Bloody hell. No, not really. No.
Really, not.
No.
What will it take for you to be proud of yourself?
I don't know. I don't think about, there's moments of thinking, yeah, that's good. I'm glad I got that over the line. But when I get it over the line, you get the challenge up to the mountain. I look up, there's a bigger mountain.
So is that not a really dissatisfying thing? Like you're working on 4 things at the moment. You're spinning lots of plates. You're about to potentially do some stuff that will change the direction of your life. And do you fear that you go, oh, there's that thing that I've achieved or ticked off. I don't feel any different.
In the moment, but then in reflection, once it's done, I'm on to the next thing. What I'm more passionate about, and every year that I get older, is I want to be a great dad. I want to have a great family life, great friends, and I'm surrounded by people that I genuinely like going to work with. That is the three most important things.
That is success to you, is it?
Yeah, I mean, how lucky am I to get to go to work with Chuds and see you and do this podcast, and I genuinely like you, even though I take the piss out of you. But like, I think, am I going to get found out?
Found out for what?
That
I'm really
I
intrigued
get to work with people that I like. And I don't think a lot of people do like who they work with. I really feel very, very fortunate. Like, I love Janky, I love Aaron, I love my PA Tracy, I love Leah and Mads and Dom, like loads and loads of my stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I really like these people. I'm so lucky. And I don't think a lot of people have that.
No, I don't think they do to the extent that you do. But it's also, so that would be your definition of success, is to be a good dad, have a good family life, and be surrounded doing things that you really enjoy doing with great people. That's kind of it.
Yeah. I mean, look, being a good dad and bringing up great children, and that's, having a good family life. Also, I think being healthy as well, I think I put in there now.
That's a big shift then, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, more and more.
Is that an age thing?
Yeah, I don't want to be fat. And I think, look, I was starting to get fat. And no, you're a flipping entrepreneur. You've moved some mountains here. Sort yourself out,
yeah.
Jimbo. And that's not good enough that I should be able to have the mental toughness to exercise.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it. I don't like doing it. So, I've put processes in place to make sure that I do it. But then the people you work with, you spend so much time with the people you work with. And I know lots of people that earn good money that work up in the city and are so unhappy with their life. They're unhappy about the people they work with, and they just go in for a paycheck. I get to build dinosaur parks and make ice cream and buy fancy old hotels, and I have the stress of my life is I've got cash flow, everything, and I'm building dinosaur parks and buying hotels are expensive days out, building ice cream factories. But, this year I am going to solve but in certain ways, I will solve that problem so I never have to worry again. And I'm very close to getting that over the line.
What do you think that the day after that happens? What does that feel like when you've got when you remove that headache?
Well,
will you go? Will there be like a sign? Or will you just?
Yeah, I mean, look, there are things. What I need to sell. Let's say I'm going to sell some property, and I've got loads of money in the bank, and then I can do even more wonderful things much quicker.
That's what you do. You just use it to accelerate what you can do and how you can do it, and how many more good people you can work around.
10 million quid, and then you go and put that into a fund, and someone puts another 20 million to it, and you get a good FD to manage it all for you. Yeah, you can have a great life, couldn't you? But it's, look, this whole entrepreneurship thing, whether you're running a small business like you, Nathan, or a huge organisation or anywhere in between, it's a tough gig. And no matter how much money you make, if you don't like the people you work with and that you've got around you, and you spend more time at work than anywhere else, you spend more time with your work people than your family. Absolutely you do. And if you don't like those people and you don't feed off their energy, that's a crying shame, isn't it?
Well, got a bit philosophical there. So what's your passing? We had this on a previous episode of the podcast. If you're Nathan, with the information that he's just had and the conversation that's just been had,
I would be doing just one thing.
What's your number one action that you're taking straight off the back of, we get off this call, what do you do next?
Yeah, you do one thing, you build it to be successful, and then when you can afford a manager to manage that one thing, you can then start creating another basket of income.
This is where I think people get it twisted with you. because they see you doing that. How do you manage 1,200 staff? How do you manage 20 companies? You don't.
No,
You
I don't
manage
anything.
6 people.
Yeah.
You don't even manage them. They manage you, actually.
Yeah,
We were talking
yeah,
about
they
this
do,
over
yeah.
lunch. You have got like 6, 8, maybe 10 direct reports who tell you where to be, what time to be, where to be, what time to be there, what you're doing. You've got no idea what's coming up tomorrow. You look at your diary and someone has already organised your diary for you.
Yeah, I don't book any of my appointments. I don't log in, and I don't even pay any of my own bills. That's all done for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it all. I'm not an absolute knobhead. I could go and do those things, but I do not do any repeatable tasks. I'm only doing one-off stuff. So
And you're really strict on that, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
like really, really strict on it. I remember when we worked together for a bit, and I was like, he actually gets. If you got to do something again, you would get like a really narky look on you. I'm like, why does he get so annoyed about this? He's like, this is just stupid. It's not good use of my time.
And that's
It's not
why
repeatable.
I won't do consultancy.
Yeah.
Because, I think I could bill 50 grand a month doing consultancy.
And the rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
People would pay, and people have paid me 3 grand an hour. And I've offered me more. And because that hour I put in would not be used again, I find that a colossal waste of time. Now, if I could consult someone for an hour and record it and put it on YouTube, I would then see the work as being leveraged, so that hour will continue working for me. Then I would do that.
Yeah.
And that's why people go, God, I can't believe you do all these podcasts and all these YouTube videos. Why do you do it? Yeah, because the network, this is my networking.
Yeah.
This is going to go out and be watched by millions of people over time. And that's powerful, isn't it? And it's going to be powerful for you. The compound effect of what we're doing on this podcast, you will get leads and calls from this in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
Can you do?
Mad, isn't
Mind-blowing.
it? Yeah. Whereas a Google ad pound,
Yeah.
it's come and gone with that one click,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah.
Very true. Nathan, what's your biggest takeaway from this conversation, my man? How are you feeling? Elated, deflated, combination of all of the above?
Definitely not elated, but it's like I said, I know what I need to. This is what I've needed.
You already knew it before you came on the show, though, didn't you? You know that you have the ability to build a £500,000 YouTube business with probably you and 2 or 3 staff. What
a life that is. What a life that is.
Just you.
Yeah.
You are in a very rare niche that hardly anyone, people go, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. Like every bloody kid on the planet says they want to be a YouTuber, but you actually know how to do it. And you're not actually taking advantage of your skill set that you obviously understand how to do. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Hopefully when you listen back to this, you'll be so angry
Yeah.
that you go and put it into action.
I'm putting it into action the next couple of days, and then also I will hopefully be able to tell you boys about it when I come along and see
No
you.
new
You're doing a
businesses.
show, aren't you?
No new businesses until you can afford management to run it.
Deal.
Right, let's grade this man on the 8 traits of the great entrepreneurs.
Can I employ him as a YouTube consultant, though? Is he allowed to do that? Or is that outside of the realms of what he's doing at the moment?
I don't think he would be a good YouTube consultant.
Fine. Sod you,
Nathan,
Nathan.
I don't think
No
you
deal.
would be, because I think like the 50% of YouTube, but you don't know the 50% of YouTube that Chuds knows and I know, which is how to monetize it and turn it into building
loops,
loyal audiences.
Curiosity loops.
Well, I think you know all of that, but you don't know how to
I
build
know how
it.
to make.
You know how to get views and understand the analytics and the data side. But you don't know how to build a loyal audience.
Isn't that all that YouTube is?
No, you haven't got a loyal audience, have you?
It's because the type of videos that I'm making currently. But yeah, no, I understand the type of videos. There's no audience. But I feel like with what I've learned already from the analytics, the curiosity loops, the thumbnails, the titles, the description.
all of that.
Stuff. But
Fabulous.
That's waffle at the moment.
Yeah, it is but what you want is a loyal audience. And, there'll be someone, like we had someone on the podcast that done something about gut health. Now, she made content and had 500,000 subscribers, she would have the most loyal people. Because she would be solving their gut health problems. And I think we told her to make content, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean by that. She would have 500,000 views a month and have people that would probably, if she launched a product, they would buy from her now.
Yeah, 120 quid a month subscription. She'd probably sell it to 80% of them, wouldn't she?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
But even though I'm not selling a product, from like your YouTube channel, kind of like there's a couple of things, if I may.
Yeah, go for it. Let's
like
listen.
kind of if I was looking at your. Okay, so with your YouTube channel, I believe that a lot of the stuff that you're putting out is absolutely fantastic, but you're aiming mainly for people that have got businesses already that are doing kind of like bigger stuff. And for like the view wise, what I'd kind of recommend, like that 0 to 1 million that you done was absolutely brilliant. And I'm not saying do the big projects that you're doing with kind of, one of the comments was on the ice cream shop, the Rossi Ice Cream that you've just brought. People want to see a kind of a series of you growing that. So you mentioned all the hundreds of thousands of pounds that you're going to be putting into it. I would love to see that. That's what I'd love to see. And that is a whole series in itself. And you still do the other videos. But that's a series to be able to build the audience, that kind of people
we do our day in the lives.
Series.
We've built the dinosaur park and dropped in over the last 6 months us doing it. But I'm also a busy chap, and if this was all I was doing, like you, I'd probably do stuff like that. Some weeks I have to make a direct to camera video just to make sure we're making a video that week, because I'm not in the office and I'm not around. And also, I don't make stuff. I mean, I did make that 0 to 1 million video, but that's not my core audience. My core audience are people that are trading, that are frustrated because they want to grow their business. They're already established. The 0 to 1 million, there's loads of people on YouTube, and that's their audience. I'm okay only having 2 million views a month eventually, but of the right people rather than a broad and massive audience. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah.
No, 100%. So is the goal of the channel to get the money, to get more money, or to be pushing it out to come along to your seminars?
No, I suppose the goal of the channel is for people that have got established businesses that want to sell them, that they really probably think of us first, and for people that work for me to see what I'm up to on a daily basis, so that it builds culture within the 1,200 people that I've got, to get people to pay for me that are doing big business conferences to speak on stages. And what I don't really want is to focus on people that don't want to employ people that are under the VAT threshold. We are that next level up, and there's a lot less people. But
no, it's 100%. So you wouldn't be one of my clients. I'd be getting someone that wants to get as many people and many eyes on it as possible. You've got a very niche that you're aiming for. So you wouldn't be.
Yeah, so my global audience would be, global audience might be 15 million people across the 7 billion people on the planet. Yeah, I think my UK audience, the type of businesses that I am going after, there's probably only 200,000 people in the UK that have got, that would be interested in my stuff. But then broadly, there might be CFOs, marketing directors, people that are, interested, but, look, I'm quite high level. I am quite, and that puts some people off. But I'm very lucky with the people that do watch us, are very loyal to the content that we make.
100%. And I really do appreciate all the content you have been putting. Like, even though I'm not in that threshold, the content you're putting out is very enjoyable to watch. And I do appreciate you guys doing it.
And do you know what? We will be documenting that turnaround of that Rossi Ice Cream shop. That is going to be documented. We did document, and we could, if I wasn't running all the other businesses, I would make more and more and more and more. But I'm doing a whole day of content today for the podcast. I'm doing like 2.5 days a week of content, really, or 2 days a week full time of my time on content. That only then gives me 3 days a week to run the business. To make I've got to be careful.
That's a mad amount of time, isn't it? Two-thirds or a third of your time being spent on making content.
Yeah.
If you told that to other people, Janky's having a fit about it, isn't she?
You have to be like today. I've literally done no emails,
Yeah.
no work, I've had 4 or 5 phone calls in between shows. It's a lot of time, but I do it because I believe it. It really builds value and personal brand. I've been able to acquire businesses and do stuff and employ people. I mean, I had an interview yesterday with someone that's in a certain sector that's really high up in another sector, and he wants to come and work for us on the back of content. It's like the best recruitment tool. Mad. You will get people want to come work for Phonic Me. After 5 years, you'll be having, well, even after 5 years, after 18 months of us doing this consistently, this will be your recruitment tool.
Yeah, I can see it. Nathan, thank you for your time. It's been a very enjoyable conversation.
Thank
it
you,
might
guys.
have been
No, thank
uncomfortable for you at certain points, but like drinking nettle tea, it might taste disgusting, but the medicine will be worth, the outcome will be worth the medicine. We wish you well on your entrepreneurial ventures, my man, and look forward to seeing you at one of, I said our events, one of your events. I'll just come along.
There we go.
I'll come along and press the jingles and all that. Thank you for being on today, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Well, there we go. He's
Thank
a
you
nice
so
chap.
much, guys.
I
Have a great
liked
one.
Nathan. Oh, that he's still there. Good job.
What a lovely guy. Lovely guy.
Shall we rate him?
We should indeed. Right, so hang on 2 seconds. Where's me jingle? Here we go. So this is the point of the show where every single week myself and multi-award-winning entrepreneur James Sinclair, we look at the 8 traits of greats. What is the points of difference that separate those in the entrepreneurial Champions League from those playing lower league semi-pro? Let's find out as we look at the 8 traits of the greats. That makes no sense to Chuds. You can't hear the jingle that's going on. That was perfectly timed, by the way, Chuds. I nailed it. Coming in. I can't see this faring well for Nathan.
Starting with the end in mind.
Yup.
No. Passionate about their cause. No.
Half?
What cause? Judo, holiday camps, or
All the
YouTube
above.
videos?
Have half. No, yeah, go on then. No, we can't have it.
Untold amounts of resilience.
Don't know really, do we?
The master relate. I liked him.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy.
Yeah, it's lovely guy. I've given one for that. No, commercial awareness. No. I actually do think he innovates. He understands
Yeah.
how to. He certainly what's going on. I think he could be a master marketeer.
He's not right now though, is he?
No,
He'd have to have half.
he has. I mean, it's still built a massive. Yeah, okay. And they stay teachable and curious.
To be fair to him, 2.5
Let's give him
Right.
3.
$2,500 a month. That covers some people's cost of living, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They could make that could be a full-time living doing YouTube videos. He didn't put a single video out last month.
What?
3.5.
What's that got to do with the price of fish?
Well, that's what if he wants to. Depends on what he wants to do, doesn't it?
What's that got to do with staying teachable and curious? Well, to be fair, he's doing $2,500 a month on YouTube. What's that got to do with staying teachable and curious?
No, we were talking about
Being a master marketeer.
marketeer. Yeah, you skipped on.
What's that got to do with
You got to the
being a
point of the day
master
where you don't
marketeer?
listen to other people. So what are you giving him? I've given him 3.5.
No, I want to know what's that got to do with being a master. You just went, he's a master. Well, to be fair, your cost of living crisis and
I was going to talk about cost of living crisis, you numpty. I'm talking about the fact that as a master marketeer, he makes £2,500 out of content. There's not a lot of not a lot of
I
marketers
don't think
doing
that's
that.
what we mean by being a master marketer.
Well, you are assuming you know what I'm thinking,
right,
and I don't like that. You are not the boss of me any longer.
If you
He
are,
got 3.5. So
3.5.
basically, he's drawing with.
I think we just say he's not towards the top of the leaderboard, but one day he could be.
He could be, yeah.
Let's not just make it any worse for him.
He's catching up with Ginger Audio Nick from a couple of weeks ago. Hey, them two could come together. Podcast, YouTube, synergy.
There we go.
That could be their logo, couldn't it? It could be
Synergy.
Yeah, go on.
If you're loving this podcast and you would like to come to one of my events or come to the podcast live theatre show, you can. All the details for my events and seminars are on my website, jamessinclair.net. We'd love to see you there. JB will be coming to some of them. It will definitely be at Business Masterclass, keynoting about podcasts.
I'm going to do that again, am I? Thanks, mate.
I don't know what you're going to keynote about, but that's what he keynoted on the last 2 years was about podcasting. Considering he's got a podcast business,
Better do that
it just
again,
makes sense that you talk about podcasting.
100%. Stay consistent. I like it.
Exactly. I mean, what was he going to do? Origami? I mean,
I don't know. You just never know.
We're doing one on marketing, one on
You got a coach
property.
buying businesses. You done that?
Yeah, one on buying companies.
Coach trip.
And then Investorpreneur, which is all about getting your business ready for sale and exiting, having liquidity days. All of those details are on my website, jamessinclair.net.
And I'm also going to do a plug for you because you can't really do the sales pitch yourself. Entrepreneurs University. If you are an entrepreneur, regardless of where you are at on your entrepreneurial journey, because maybe you listen to this content like, well, I'm not at sort of the echelons of the sort of the top end businesses. We've spoken to people doing millions of pounds in classrooms recently and all that kind of good stuff. But wherever you are at on the entrepreneurial journey, there's no better investment than investing in yourself. And you can check out James Sinclair's Entrepreneurs University. Try it free for 14 days. Costs you less than a pair of Nikes. But in there, honestly, there's so much good information in there. Regardless of where you're at in business, it is the basis and the foundation. If you want to know how you go from a standing start to doing, circa 30 million quid with 1,200 staff, this is the systems and processes, and it's free. So you can go and try it free.
14 days. And then
If you don't like it, don't worry about it.
cancel it.
Cancel it. It's very good though. It's very good. More people should be doing that. In fact, you know what? If there's not 200 members by the next episode, I'm not coming here.
Oh, good.
So it's down to you lot. Don't make me do
Watching all the cancellations rolling now.
it. Ding. It's like reverse Shopify on your phone. Sorry about that.
Good stuff. Thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching today, gang. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now, look, we're looking for some great businesses to come on the podcast. If you've got challenges, but you're desperate to grow your business and you can't necessarily work out how to do it on your own, you'll be a perfect candidate to come here on the podcast. It's absolutely free to come on the show. Go to my website, jamessinclair.net, and there's a podcast button. Click on the podcast button, fill in the application form, and we'll do our very best to get you on the show and try and grow your business. If you're loving the podcast, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking here. And why not give this one a watch? I think you'll like it.